Security personnel who monitor the security cameras feed. What crazy things have you seen? LPO here. I see crazy shit all the time. One of the creepiest things I have seen was a string of toys moving on its own down an aisle. It was like a duck with smaller ducks. Of course, I had to investigate. When I zoomed in, I was surprised to see that they were real ducks. Someone blowing his load on the camera lens with a ladder. We had this guy who all the girls at my job thought was so freaking dreamy. He was good-looking, very sweet, very friendly. We watched him get in a fight and choke someone to sleep one day in the gym. So much nose-picking. Luxury cruise line for older folks. Multitudes of old people walking the hallways naked, disconnected from the world on sleeping meds. I worked as a surveillance agent at a casino. Had cameras everywhere. One night, an elderly lady got up from a slot machine, but her foot was caught on her sweater, which was caught on the swivel chair. She fell, and the way she landed on her ankle, it made her ankle bone snap and rip out of her skin. Could see the bone and all. Worst? Guy in a fancy convertible tried to outspeed another car, hit a fire hydrant, flipped the car. The top was down, and I'm glad I didn't see details. But most common is how people sneak into back rooms for theft/shoplifting. You'll see someone just dead still on one side of the room or in a side hallway while people just walk past, oblivious to someone like 10 feet away from them. Very horror movie. I worked a night shift in a slot arcade for a few months at the end of last year. Place was always dead. My first night I hear screaming, and I look at the camera seeing 3 guys hugging. Then one gets stabbed. When I finished at 6 that morning, I went to McDonald's next door, and there was blood all over the doors. Working graveyards one night, I noticed a guy near one of the entrances acting strange. Anyways, the regular newspaper guy came by and hopped out of his car to make deliveries. Nutty Buddy hopped into his car and drove off. Luck for the paper boy, he was able to flag down a cop, and it was resolved shortly after. Cops even came in to get footage from us since I concentrated our camera on the entire thing. I wasn't the security person, but let's say the video was saved and passed around. Female night security guard brought in some friends in the middle of the night to an area she thought was unmonitored, but cameras were recently installed. They had an orgy. We had to have the room sanitized. She was fired and had to pay for the cleanup.